Alright guys, we're back again. This time I brought my melee character out here. It probably won't go as fast as my AoE grind, but we'll see how it works out. This is a fresh 60, not a whole lot of gear on him. We're going to be doing this here, and what we're going to be doing is selling everything that drops to a vendor, unless, of course, it's some amazing epic, because I believe the Flurry Axe can drop out here. Other than that, we'll be selling everything to a vendor, and you'll see how much gold we get out of just one run here. There is a lot of melee in this run, but there's also a lot of spellcasters and ranged, which is why I'm not a big fan of doing this on my melee character. But if you can't do this, through here and down here are some more places that you could do. Now, this is a little bit harder because these are all 46 plus elites. So they still hit for a decent amount if you're not geared. So let's go ahead and get this run started, and I'll be checking in from time to time to see how it's going. So generally it's not too bad to play through here. It just depends on how fast or slow you want to go. A lot of people want to be super efficiently quick. So there's not a whole lot of traffic through here unless people are farming here, in which case it's going to be pretty terrible for PvP. Which, I mean, depending on how you look at it, is good or bad. Just gotta be really careful most of the time. It shouldn't be too bad. The only thing that really bothers me so much is the spellcasters, and these guys, all of them will run and grab others, and sometimes they'll run and just stand still, so you have to be really careful. You could have 15 of them stand still, be stuck in combat for a little bit, because sometimes they just won't come back. Know if any of you guys are listening to this part. A lot of you just skip through, which is absolutely fine. You want to just get to the end. But if you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see, if you'd like to see a build, I have a few builds that I use on other characters. I could show some of my I have a couple of the wild card server builds, a few characters there, here and there, if you'd like to see any. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run until my inventory is full, basically. And then we'll just hearth back, and I'll show you what you can get in just that small amount of time. Now, like I said, this is going to be slower because I'm running it on a character who has almost nothing for gear. So you'll have to excuse me if I have to sit down and eat in the middle of this. I did only bring 8, I think, pieces of food, so we'll hopefully that'll be enough. And this is a two-handed build that I'm doing now, two-handers. Now, I believe there are a couple chests around here, but have quite a weird spawn rate with those. Now, you can go all the way to the top with this. I'm just going to stop when I get up to the top, when I get like full inventory, which might not be the top. Now see, now these headhunters here in the will poison you, so you have to walk super slow. Takes forever. Another thing you just gotta watch out for. But generally not too bad. And like I said, if you have just a single heal, that's probably more than enough. Just gotta be cautious with your mana, so be careful with how many you pull. Yeah, like I'll sit down and grab just a little bit of mana here. So if you guys like these videos, you drop me a subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. If there's something that you'd like to see me do, something I'm doing that you want me to stop, just let me know. I know I'm pulling these mobs here in the middle of it, but they're just like extra mobs that are standing out. I try to run by them, then I'm gonna aggro them. I might as well just go ahead and take them. And there's a little pocket here. It's got a bunch of slimes in it, and I think at the end of it, there's might be a couple of the trolls here. Usually just selling all this to the merchant gets you a pretty decent amount, but I mean you could really sell some of these things on the auction house if you'd like. I mean, like, you could probably sell them for maybe 2, 10, 15 gold depending on what it is. So that's a significant increase to your gold per hour if that's something you were looking at. Completely viable, you just don't get instant gold. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just doing it for, like, hey, I'm doing this. It's how much gold to get an hour guaranteed. This is the worst pull. I hate this one. I should have just pulled him back. Yeah, this is one of the worst parts of the pool because they do that and they grab all kinds of people, and a lot of through here is all ranged, so generally they don't come running towards you. And it just takes forever to find all the loot. I'd like for all the loot to just be laying in one spot so I can grab it all at once. And heal up before I go to the next area here. Just gonna go ahead and take care of these people here. So she'll run. Now, I know that this was a place to farm before. I'm not sure if anybody was doing it beforehand. I don't know if it got nerfed or what happened, but I just don't see very many people out here doing it anymore. I think it used to be a pretty popular farm spot. Now I'm just not sure why it's not. Oh yeah, randomly not hitting is pretty decent. Another reason that I can sit here and I can swing at somebody for a minute and not hit them. It's okay though. Not a big deal. Handle it with a little heal. Better sit down, have ourselves eating a drink. We haven't found anything in particularly amazing while we're out here, but it is all things that you could sell on the auction house, and any of these blues will probably sell for 3 or 4 gold or more. I mean, that just like very much increases your gold per hour, which is what you're really looking for when you're doing a farm anyway. You can see I had started out with 125, I think. Maybe I'll get to the top and I won't fill up my inventory. That's a possibility too. I don't have giant bags. I have an 8-slot bag, but I've found several travelers' backpacks, so. And if you're watching this, feel free to skip to the end if you're still watching this to see the gold per hour. I'm going to bait it in the title, but it's always nice for you to see with your own eyes that I'm not just making it up. That you can see that this is what dropped, I sold it, and that's how much money that I got from flat out selling it. This is my least favorite part of it. I'm going to skip a bunch of these guys, unless I do them by themselves. They're all shadow hunters and hide skinners. They're all ranged, and they all run and pull the entire side. Maybe I'll just go ahead and pull, you know. I'll try to a line of sight them up here, hopefully around this corner. That's what I do sometimes. Just get to throw some heal on. This is more of a PvP build also. It's not so much for farming. I think if I were going to farm consistently with this character, it would be a different kind of build. Yeah, like I said, these guys will just get stuck standing still sometimes, so. Now hopefully we can pull these guys around the corner here. Probably. And here we go. Sorry about the last video. For some reason, the no copyright music that I was listening to got copy struck. So I should have learned my lesson. I believe that happened to me once on Twitch, but I won't be making that mistake again here. Hopefully not. Well, this one will probably get copy struck too. So we're almost full. We're not quite to the top. I'll go ahead and run on up another level here. See if I can get anything interesting up here. guess I probably should have threw some heals before I did that. Let me kill this guy, throw some heals. I'll walk over and see. Now you have to be very careful here. Attack! Okay, he doesn't want to auto attack. It's interesting. So, worth noting, the higher you go in these levels, the higher the elites get. So, as you can see, those are 49 and these are 50s. So, a pretty significant difference depending on where you're at. So far, nothing super hard to do. You do all this easily by yourself. There's no... Don't need a whole lot of gear. Now, I will tell you where the flight path is for this place. For Horde, it is over here. For Alliance, I'm not sure. But you have to walk along this line, and there's a road in between here as you walk back. So these will probably be the last two I'll go ahead and do. You can go ahead and pick up some mining while you're here too. It's pretty decent. Alright, so let's just go ahead and hearth back. I think mine's set in the crossroads still. So we started with 125 or 124. We're literally just going to sell all this and we'll see how much we made in, I don't know, how long it would take, maybe 10 minutes? Maybe. And this is good again without selling anything on the auction house. So let's go ahead. Alright, so you can see there from 125 to almost 145, so pretty decent amount of gold there, considering that you could have sold a lot of that on the auction house also, probably made 5-10 gold out of it. So I'll see you the next time on the next video, guys. Leave me a like and subscribe.